waking up to the media. This is a perfect example of the insanity of the media. It's just crazy. You're calling people names.
It's the media. It's this sort of amorphous mass that
Are
somehow
you
comes up
actually,
with this narrative.
I don't live in Australia. Are you actually a respectable journalist there, or are you kind of considered a joke? Seriously.
Incredible.
I hope this gets put,
That's
put in
the
the
Donald
piece.
Trump way, isn't it? It's fake news. All of a sudden, it's fake news.
Hey,
if you have a different narrative, it's fake news.
Liam, sir, I worked in the news for 30 years. I get how it works. It's hit rock bottom and it keeps going lower. I don't know if you have viewers who still watch, but here in America, people are tuning out the corporate media.
Really?
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you that. Days are numbered,
Right,
buddy. If you want to keep pushing propaganda, your days are numbered.
You're dead, honey.
And I
We're
don't know.
pushing propaganda.
Oh
That's
my
rich.
gosh! If you can't see it, sir, then you're even more brainwashed than you could imagine.
Happy.
And I feel for the people of Australia. They're being abused by their leaders. They have no rights, and their media is continuing to try to brainwash them. You were probably one of the guys pushing the fear with COVID so that people would stay in their homes and wouldn't go out and that the children would be masked. You were probably one of the guys pushing that fear on your TV station. And I'll tell you what, the masking of children and the torture of the people are never going to forgive you for that, and they're never going to forget. So I suppose you're the kind of guy that masks your children, right?
Was that wrong?
Well, I suppose you're the sort of woman who also believes the moon landing was a conspiracy. I mean, how many institutions do you want to tear down in this?
Oh my goodness. So are you masking your children? Is that your way of not answering? Are you masking your children, your beautiful children's faces?
See, this is what Donald Trump does, doesn't he? This is what Donald Trump does, straight out of his playbook.
Liam,
he attacks the personal.
Liam,
you attack the personal if you don't like the real truth.
Liam, it was a pleasure meeting you. This has just become comical. I'm leaving. Actually, thank you for giving me a good laugh, because you actually make some of the crazy reporters and people at CNN look almost respectable.
Sensational.
Is she an election denier, Kari? And that was like going around on all different cable news. What do you elaborate on this?
I'm actually shocked you asked that question.
Well,
Actually, Anthony,
I have to give you a tough one once in a while.
You know, I did a little, actually, Anthony, how old are you?
20.
Are you a journalist?
No.
Well, you did better research than half these people. Let's talk about election deniers. Here's 150 examples of Democrats denying election results. Oh wow, look at this. This is from Joe Biden's press secretary. Reminder, Brian Kemp stole the gubernatorial election from Georgians and Stacey Abrams. Democrats saying that. Is that an election denier? Oh, look at this. Just heard Republican Ryan Costello said it would be difficult for Stacey Abrams to win because she lost her state bid, but yet she's still claiming she never lost. This is outright. Hillary Clinton. Trump is an illegitimate president. Is she an election denier? This one says, was the 2016 election legitimate? It now definitely is a question worth asking. That's the Los Angeles Times. So it's okay for Democrats to question elections, but it's not okay for Republicans. It's a crock of BS. Every one of you knows it. We have our freedom of speech, and we're not going to relinquish it to a bunch of fake news propagandists.
And with CNN, so Katie Hobbs's campaign headquarters was broken into earlier this week, and her campaign manager said in a statement she argued that the incident was a direct result of a concerted campaign of lies and intimidation by you and your allies. Do you have a response to that?
That is absolutely absurd. And are you guys buying that? Are you really buying that? This just sounds like a Jussie Smollett part 2. So you're going to drag the American people through something like this? Obviously, you don't want to cover the real story today, which we are 11 points up in the polls, and you want to distract the people with an old story. And I can't believe that she would blame my amazing people or blame me for something like that. I don't even know where her campaign office is. I'm assuming it's in a basement somewhere.
Outside bad. The son's scary. He's not my friend. He wants to hurt me. Safer.
because that's where she's been campaigning. And you guys are despicable for falling into that trap. You drag the American people through so many BS stories like the Jussie Smollett, and you're letting a campaign a woman who's been running a terrible campaign, direct you to a story like this. You know that she's running a bad campaign. She's being attacked by her own party, and she's desperate. And so she's trying to point the finger at me. It's despicable, and it doesn't shock me, because what we've seen from her is probably the worst campaigning in the history of campaigns. Hi.
Kari.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Come off and CNN.
You don't have a mask on anymore. What's going
We're
on?
outside. Do you have a minute to
Well,
chat?
we're 6 feet apart.
Do you have a minute to chat?
I'll do an interview.
Okay.
As long as it airs on CNN Plus. Does that still exist? I didn't think so, because the people don't like what you guys are peddling, which is propaganda. Thank you.
Do you